3, 2, 1. That should sync the audio. Alright, dude, we're officially in this shit now.
Alright, well, I guess we should do some kind of intro or something. Let them know what's going on.
Alright, take it away, Star. It's all you, bro. I trust you.
Alright, you're here today. This is the DIGITAL.WAV podcast. You're here with Star and Jinn.
Yo.
And basically, we've been wanting to do this for a while. Because we're always having conversations on FaceTime and, you know, whatever else.
Whatever other app we're using to have a conversation.
Yeah, so we're gonna let it flow today, and we're gonna just see what happens.
Yeah, we smoked a little bit before the podcast, so the ideas should be rolling.
Yeah, I don't know. Can we smoke nicotine? We're on YouTube. I mean, we may as well.
Yeah, fuck it. It's the first podcast. No one told us we can't yet.
Alright, so basically, maybe we should say a little bit about ourselves, like just who we are, what we're into, what we do and stuff. We'll start with you if you want to break down what you do.
Alright, but I'm Ahmed, aka Ustad, or JINN.EXE, and I do a lot of production work mainly. Do some vocals as well. I have 2 profiles. One's like just produced by me, and then the other profile is like my songs that I actually put vocals on and shit. Yeah, that's like a big chunk of what I do.
And I would even say you do a little bit of directing as far as with the music videos. I mean, when we shot the BLACKCATS, you were directing. I mean, we were both directing the scenes and what we thought looked right.
100%.
But yeah,
something I could get a little bit more experience in for sure, I think.
Yeah, that's an avenue. That's a whole nother avenue we've been trying to kind of pursue. I mean, you gotta kind of do it all these days as a fucking independent artist.
100%.
It's like, damn, you don't got the budget to be, you know, paying all these people every song when you first start.
Yeah, we don't got a record label. This is all out of pocket shit. All the equipment we got, the programs, softwares, time, knowledge, all that shit. Like that shit, it doesn't come easy. 100%.
Yeah, I'm proud of just how far we've come with evolving these skills and stuff like that. But I'll tell them what I do too. So I'm on a similar wavelength as Jinn. I'm a engineer. You know, we both mix, master, produce, and then, you know, I do vocals. I direct music videos. I'm just like an artist in general. I mean, we're both artists, influencers, whatever you want to label it as, but
artist influencers.
Yeah, you know. And there's a lot of us out here these days, like people living off being a influencer, artist, content creator. I've edited probably like 40 to 50, maybe more music videos in certain softwares, but I'm trying to switch to better softwares right now as far as video editing. But I've edited almost all my music videos, besides I've worked with a few other people. But shout out Turtle Movie, just a few of them, Sony Vega. Who else have I worked with? Shout out Jake, he's a JP, I forget what his videography company name is, but Jake Hagen out of Minnesota, he's hard. Hopefully we expand and work with more videographers like soon.
Yeah, I'm sure the time will come for that. We got a lot of stuff. Like, I feel like this is only the beginning, honestly. As far as like music and like whatever else that's attached to it, like this, for example, like shows and all that. Like, it's just the beginning. We have just like dipped our toes or some shit, it feels like.
I know, dude. That's a good topic, because I was thinking the other day, like us as artists, I feel like, not to be like, I'm biased because it's my music, but speaking from just experience, my personal experience, I feel like our music is better than 75% of everybody in the world. Our music right now. No matter if we're fuck the clout and the exposure and all that, but just like music in
Quality.
general. Quality of music. Opinion. How many people would like it out of 100 people? That being said, I feel like the legends, like the people everyone looks up to, like Kurt Cobain and like X and, you know, Juice, Lil Peep, Darky, whoever else, that's just like
Kanye,
a legend. You know what I mean?
these people are in the mix.
These people are making better music than 99% of the world. Like, they brought it to a level where it's like almost anyone would like their shit because it's just so good.
100%. Obviously, like, some people don't care for certain genres or whatever, but yeah, like, as like a mass appeal kind of like worldview, you know, like, definitely like 99%, top 99%, that 1%.
What would you say our percent is if I said around like 74, 75?
I mean, like, we have been making music for a very long time. Like, I started like officially fucking around with this shit in like 2017. So, in like a couple of the years, it was like nonstop, every single day, back to back, just like producing, recording, whatever the fuck, you know? And I feel like just with that shit alone, like the fact that we just never gave up and we're still like moving at it with like the same curiosity of music, I feel like gives us like an edge, you know? Because there's like when you like, how do I say it? When you turn it into like a machine almost, like, oh, I'm gonna put the kicks here and I'm gonna use this sound because I want this vibe, and I'm gonna just put this sound here. And if you think about it like a robot, mechanically it kind of loses like the feel, and like you won't actually expand your knowledge if you're not like trying out different things, like using different sounds or trying to learn different instruments, for example. Just like picking up the guitar, I feel like just allowed me to understand melody differently. You know what I mean?
And that shit's crazy, because I've been trying to learn the guitar and it's difficult. Like, I've been trying to figure out exactly how, when people strum, how do they like get it? How do they just switch notes and make it sound good? Like, this shit's crazy.
It's like 90% like muscle memory. Like, your hands will just remember where to move. And I'm not even at that point right now. Like, I'm still pretty basic with the guitar and everything. I feel like I don't even really know a lot of chords or anything like that. I think I only studied, you know, like I just looked up a couple Google tabs or whatever for guitar to just see like where people put their hands for certain chords. And I only memorized a couple of them, and I hardly use them nowadays. Is that next door?
I don't know. It came from like upstairs.
Okay.
No, I feel I feel what you're saying though. Like, the evolution of producing is a crazy experience, but it's pretty fun making beats once you get into it.
Dude, I just like a couple months ago, I went out to Guitar Center, and there was like a little drum. You ever seen those? Like the electrical drums. It's not like a real drum kit, but it's like electronic. Have you seen those?
Nah, what are those all about?
So I saw one at it's basically like a drum kit, you know, like they got a snare over here and like a tom over here. They got like a hi-hat. They got pedals on the ground for the kick, and then one for the it's the hi-hat that like turns
like,
into an open
okay.
hi-hat.
I know what you're talking about, like a physical electronic drum set.
Yeah. And those I was just at Guitar Center a couple months ago, and I was just fucking around with it using the sounds that were on it, and I recorded it on my iPhone as like a voice memo, and I want to use that as some sort of drum line in one of my songs or something in the future here. But I like the fact that production now to me is like I just see things a little bit different, I feel like, than like somebody who just started up. Cause like if you don't know a whole lot about music, you don't really know what your options are as far as like what you can do properly to get like a good sound, you know? Cause like for a while I didn't even put the kicks in the right spot or the snare or the hi-hats. Like everything was just like all like mixed in there, like, and didn't really make any sense when I first started producing, you know?
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is like, wait, sorry, what's up?
No, it's all trial and error. Like, I feel like we learn with trial and error, but I do agree with what you're saying as far as like just producers looking into different sound kits and like things they can get on the internet for a low budget, or even dropping a few $100 on some sounds. Cause even me, I've been using the same fucking stock FL plugins unless I obtained like samples from YouTube and other places like that.
Right.
But you know what I mean? People do. But it's hard to keep up on the internet with all these new sound kits all the time. But you gotta get what you need from the internet, cause
there's a point to where there's too many sounds. Like you can have too many sounds, it becomes like a mess to go through. So like it's good to just kind of add as you see fit, you know what I mean? Because if you're making use of the sounds that you have, there's no need to expand unless you've done it all. Like you've pretty much done every single possible thing you can do with the sounds in that thing, you know what I mean? You want to expand at that point.
I personally feel like I need to expand, because I've been working with the same plugins for a while, and it'd be nice to introduce some fresh shit to my catalog.
It'll just change everything like in an instant pretty much. You'll be open to like new sounds. So just there's new possibility of making stuff that doesn't sound like what you've made already pretty much.
I'm gonna have to just invest soon, drop a few $100 on some sounds, like a sound pack that has a few thousand in it.
Yeah, there's a ton of places to look for that. Like I said, since I got this beat machine, this thing, since I got this one, I've been adding like files onto the SD card. So I got files, so I could even send you something from here at some point.
That's crazy. We should definitely do that. And I'll look for some as well. But yo, let me ask you something. What's something that sticks out from your childhood that's like a memory that you just stands out to you? Just something you remember?
Just something random?
Yeah, just something that just you remember from your childhood.
I have a lot of like really random memories, and some of them were really bizarre, honestly. Like not like actual memories, but like my thoughts as like a kid. Like I remember just having a really insane imagination. Sorry, I'm trying to just move this headphone so the wire doesn't get. So I was on the Big Ben Tower for some reason, and there was something flying in the sky. I don't even like know like what it was supposed to like symbolize. It was some sort of like griffin or some weird ass like mythological bird creature, and it was just like out there causing mayhem and just scaring people. And I just remember like it was like roaring, you know, like it was like roaring, like making the like a big fucking sound, you know. And I was like trying to make some sound back, and then like my eyes start watering, like I started crying in the dream or some shit, and like that was like the end of the dream. Like I don't even know what the fuck that shit is like all about, but it's like a really random thing that just I guess stuck out more than the others.
That sounds like your mind combined like Harry Potter and like a spy movie.
For real. Dude, that's
Like
why I'm so creative.
You were a spy. You were
What's
definitely
up?
a spy in the dream, because you were, I mean, on top Big Ben. Like,
True.
who else
Only
would be
spies
up?
have access to that shit, you know?
I don't know, maybe it was a chase. Who knows?
Yeah, it was a bizarre dream, I can't lie. Like, it doesn't really make a whole lot of actual sense. But it was pretty common. I don't know why.
What have you been listening to recently?
Hold on, you gotta give me like a random memory that sticks out now. We can't
Okay,
just,
you trying to hear that? Let me see. A memory from my childhood.
Yeah.
There's one that stands out. I was just like a kid, probably in like second grade, first grade maybe. And I was like running around at my elementary school, and at recess, like there was this girl I would play tag with, right? And her name was like Paige or some shit. I don't really remember what her name was, but I would chase her around the playground, right?
Right.
And it's like whenever I would get close, because I was faster than her, I would just let her win, right? Because I was just like, you know, I thought she was cute or some shit, and I didn't really know what I would do if I got to her. Like, what am I gonna do? Fucking tag you? Or you're gonna try to chase me? You can't catch me. What the fuck?
Right.
That's just some shit I remember.
That is pretty funny. Like, the mind of a child is like really, I mean, obviously very innocent, and they just funny, dude. Like, they're like mini grown-ups, low-key, you know? Like, some of them, you be talking to them and they seem like they have their whole life figured out or some shit. Like, it's funny as fuck. One of my cousins, well, he's not my cousin, it's my brother-in-law's like nieces and nephews, so whatever you call that shit. Like, they're smart as hell. They seem like very, very wise for being like kids. It's kind of funny.
I know, dude. It's crazy.
I remember
souls.
being a kid, you know what I mean? Like, it feels like it wasn't that long ago.
Old souls.
For real. 100%.
I remember one
shit
time my nephew walked up to me and he was like, after the dark there's always light. And he was like fucking he was like 3. I was
Right.
like, what the fuck? But he's smart, so
Some
I was just
philosophical
like,
shit.
he probably learned it in church or somewhere. I'm not sure where, but
Right.
it's just crazy he remembered that and he just randomly walked up to me and said that.
Yeah, that is pretty funny. They're absorbent, like they just pick up everything that's around them. Like, my the kid I was talking about, he's like, seems like he wants to be an engineer or some shit. Like, he's really into building stuff. And the way that his mind works, I mean, he's a little bit older now. I think he's like 9 or some shit. Like one of my nephews or whatever you call it. And Um, it's just weird, man. Like, they're really fucking smart. And, like, kids have, like, hobbies and shit. Like, when I was a kid, I was just really into playing video games. That was, like, a big portion of it. But, obviously, I did, you know this, I did more, like, sketch videos with my friends on, like, some random old camera we had. We just film random skits that we'd come up with, like, an idea, and then we just film it and shit. And I would be like one of the actors for that. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know.
I was on that too with the neighborhood homies.
Right. Yeah, you also had a YouTube channel back in the day, same as I. Getting partnered back when YouTube was like I don't even know. It was way early.
Yeah, it's sad. I deleted all that shit. It's probably still on the it's probably still on the computer, but it's not on YouTube.
Right. Yeah, dude, if we would have continued that shit, we probably would have been hella famous by now. But maybe there's a reason why we didn't have early fame like that, you know? Who knows? There's gotta be a reason for that.
It would have been a different path for sure. It would have taken us a different direction very early.
I think it's good, because if you would have had like such an early success as a kid with hardly doing anything, like, you just expect the world to be like that. You know what I mean? So it's good that we didn't really expect that. We had to get real jobs and work minimum wage and shit like that. You know, do physical labor, just kind of like understand how hard it is to make money sometimes.
Hell yeah. The world is it's fast paced right now. Like, everybody has a mortgage or rent or some bills, or everybody has shit they need to pay for, and everybody has to like grind out here and fucking get by.
Right.
So I respect it. Like, you gotta do what you gotta do, but you gotta build, I mean, like we're trying to do. We're trying to build self-income, passive income, while bringing in money however we can. Right. Staying stable or afloat while investing into something we're trying to build.
100%.
So eventually we can make more from that than what we're doing to fund that.
Sometimes it's like planting a seed, you know, like you don't get to see the tree for a couple years. Like, it takes some time. You need to give it TLC and let it grow. And then when it grows, you'll be bearing all types of different fruit, you know?
Yeah, this shit's real. Everybody's got to find a way to do that out here.
100%.
You get trapped in the cycle.
Yeah, it's not the move to have one source of income. Like, if you can, you should try to have several different sources, even if it's like a side gig, you know what I mean? I just want to go up, you know? I want to get into a better position, get like a stable income doing the shit that I love. Like, if I could make, there's a way to make it happen, but sometimes certain paths, you know, might take a little bit longer or whatever. I haven't figured out a way to like monetize this quite effectively, you know. I tried different things, like start like an email list to producers, or like to rappers that need beats and shit. I tried doing the BeatStars, like dropping like weekly on there, maybe like daily at some point. I don't even remember what I was doing, but I was going crazy for a little bit, you know. It was like short-winded, but I haven't really figured out a way to make this money shit make me wealthy yet, but there is a way.
Yeah, the opportunities are falling into place. but it is harder than you would imagine to, because it's so oversaturated that you gotta be like the best. You gotta be like something nobody's ever heard, or just like some crazy dope vibes, or from the heart. You gotta come from the heart or the source every time.
Right.
To even be possibly able to make a passive income off of that, like content creation, or like mainly music, like music creation.
There's a lot of people doing it, and there's like there's some kids out there that are like producing for big artists and shit, you know what I mean? So there's definitely an avenue out there, but like you said, you gotta stand out and be something that's so next level, no one's heard anything like it, and they just have to like it because it's so dope. Or like find your niche, you know. Definitely some people have a niche.
That, or at least a little bit of that, combined with knowing somebody that's already involved in the whole industry and scene.
Yeah, because doing it alone is like literally impossible. You need to work with other people. Like you'll only make it alone if you have some sort of master marketing scheme, you know what I mean? Like have like thousands, maybe I don't know, $30,000-$40,000 promoting something at once. You might get it like so out there that like people have to acknowledge it, you know?
And it's good.
Right, and it's good.
Or interesting.
But it's just like what's the word? It'll like infiltrate mass media, you know? Just like with that promotion tactic, that would be like one of the only ways, because if you just expect to go viral without promotion, sometimes it happens, but it's like that's really rarely, I feel like, you know? There's usually some sort of method behind it, and like for us, we've been trying to do this shit for years, you know? Like we get our recognition sometimes. Like you have that. Which song is the one on SoundCloud that's going crazy? What's it called?
After Everything.
After Everything. That one's getting some recognition, you know, and it's still growing. But
yeah, I want to get that one remastered. I feel like that one could be mastered better. That's why I just put it on SoundCloud for now. Right. But it's still, people seem to be fucking with it or relating to it or something because they're showing mad love.
Right, it made its way through the algorithms. That's Diggy.
I'm gonna see. And that's something I've been thinking about too, is you can't limit yourself. Like you have to, like it's definitely a good, you okay?
Yeah. That nicotine hit back.
Fuck. Let me take a hit with you.
Made my eyes water.
Like, you can't limit yourself to be... No, let me start it like this. It's good to have in your arsenal to be able to do a lot of things yourself and have the knowledge to like operate whatever softwares you need to operate, to like either record your own demos or something to send to somebody else to get mixed or mastered, if you don't want to learn that. But like, if you can learn all these different skills and like just musically, and then you can learn the business side and maybe even production like us. I mean, this takes a long time, but if you can do that, it's like a good to have in your arsenal, but you can't limit yourself by feeling like you need to do everything yourself, because some of the best people had teams around them so they could just focus on one thing that they're really good at and then combine it with the skills of other people that's all they do too, and like there's a team of everybody who's doing these things.
That's some wisdom right there. Because if you're new to production or like rapping and shit, and you've just been doing it from your studio, just all by yourself, you know, it would be good to branch out sometimes. And maybe if you rap really good, but you don't understand mixing and like effects and all that shit, it might be good to reach out to somebody that knows a little bit more on that side of things, because it won't hold you back, because you're only as strong as your weakest link, you know. And you could have the dopest rap and like a really really sick beat, but if it's mixed like terribly and like the EQ is all fucked up, like it'll take the dope song and just like make it unlistenable. So
And there's people that can do crazy shit. Like if you get a decent mic, like even me, like I'm good at mixing and mastering, but I feel like I should be reaching out to like other engineers that are even better than me that could add to a song that I've already mixed, and they could master and mix it a little further. And it's like just taking it a little bit to that next level could bring you what you need to make a passive income. Like just going that extra mile that nobody would go.
it could at least help you get more traction early on, because if you're posting, let's just say for example, if you're making a song like a beat or something, and you make dope beats but the mix on them isn't good, if you reach out to somebody who got a separate, they could help you make a better mix, you know. That might just take you from having to learn all that stuff that would take you like maybe a year to learn all the nooks and crannies of like mixing and getting songs to sound the way that they're supposed to sound. You could just skip that whole process and just get you right where you need to be, just, you know, with a full track out. And it's good to learn the skills, like if you want to learn them, if you want to be like, you know, a one-man band or whatever. It's also good to do it all because it gives you experience to know how you like certain things. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And the only way you'll ever grow is to work with people that are better than you to push you to a new level.
100%.
Or at least at the same skill as you, but different. Like just, if you don't want to say they're better, but you know what I mean?
Right.
Or just more knowledgeable in something.
Right, so I guess the moral of the story is don't be afraid to reach out to other creatives, you know. You need a team. Like, you don't need a team, but it helps keep things flowing. And even sometimes, like, I'll be off my game and, like, I won't be producing for a while. And, like, you'll hit me up needing some guitar or some shit and just, like, bring me back to... Because, like, I got a team, you know, I got people I need to work with and shit so we can get things done. It just keeps me, like, on the same path that I'm supposed to be. Sometimes, like, I'll just, you know what I mean? I'll just be off my game.
Yeah, even Deddy was mentioning something like that. I don't know if he really wants me putting this out there, but I think he posted it publicly on his story, so I think he'd be fine with it. But Deddy Casket was even saying, like, he's been alone out there in Colorado. He's been away from the team and shit. And he feels like he needs inspiration. Like, he needs to be around other creatives and people.
Right. I see that 100%. Shout out Deddy Casket. He was from out here in Minneapolis as well. He's another artist from here. He does vocals and some production, I think, now, right?
Yeah, I think he's pretty knowledgeable on everything music business, because he's been around a while.
He does do fashion as well. Like, he's got his own clothing that he creates, like custom shoes and stuff like that. You got a custom JBL.
We'll put his at. I'll put his at somewhere on here. I'm not sure
Yeah,
where.
wherever it fits on the screen, we'll find a place.
But yeah, go fuck with Daddy Casket and all them and see what's up with that.
100%. But yeah, now I feel that like having a team just kind of keeps you a little bit more accountable, you know?
Like we're building a team right now. That's why we're doing this podcast, or like a collective basically. It's gonna be Digital.WAV, and we're trying to just expand it, get more artists involved, and just build relationships with other creatives, and just make collaboration more accessible, and build our team as well. Just people that believe in the vision. We're also trying to expand Digital.WAV into a video platform, or a music video kind of page that will host underground artists that we believe in and that we see potential in.
Yeah, and then potentially film and edit music videos for them as well.
Right, and host it on the Digital.WAV YouTube.
Right. Yeah, we got a lot of plans with what we're gonna do with this thing, this Digital.WAV platform. But yeah, it's mainly like a collective. Like,
we're also trying to use it to power the shows too. Like,
what is it?
put it on like if we like all did a show together and through it as a brand, it would, we would put Digital.WAV, powered by Digital.WAV. Create an experience like with the Digital.WAV brand. See what that would be like.
Plus, there's like a lot of different vibes that Digital.WAV works with, so it'd be like a really like unique show. It'd be kind of like a one-on-one, kind of rare shit, you know? Because you make different music than Daddy Casket, and Daddy Casket makes different music than Lucky, for example, or me. Everyone's got their own different flavor.
Right. I mean, Pretty Boy Floyd said he might want to be involved. He said he's down. Who else is that? Shout out Ice Out.
Yeah.
Ice Out, he's involved. He helps with the videos when he can, and all that shit.
He's another artist from out here in Minneapolis.
Yeah, he's an artist as well. He's been learning mixing too. So everyone's just like evolving, and it's like we gotta now all come together and just hopefully eventually we'll have a space like a HQ. We can do all this shit. I mean, we will eventually. We need to do what we have to do to get there.
Right.
I think we should definitely start bringing other underground artists onto the podcast, like we talked about. We'll have to just make a list together and see like what artists are around that want to get on it and shit, to be some of the first people on it.
Yeah, I'm sure there's some people within the circle we could even promote and just bring attention to on our side.
And we could definitely get Deddy, Jen, Ice Out, any of them, like, or K-Cash. What else am I forgetting?
It's got some of the Digital.WAV members doing their thing.
Yeah, let's tell them what they should listen to by us. Like, what do we think they should listen to?
Definitely
right
BLACKCATS. The Machine.
Listen to BLACKCATS.
Mass Appeal. My favorite song on Signs is Time, but the whole project goes crazy.
Get
Twin
ready
Flame.
for the yeah. Play the Twin Flame album on the JINN page.
Yeah, these are all scattered. Like the JINN, or the BLACKCATS album, if for those that don't know, it's shared. So it's on JINN.EXE, and that's on Star as well. The Signs EP, that's on Star's page. And then on the Jinn platform, Twin Flame. And
What's your favorite on the Twin Flame?
I'd say And I See You. That one's really good. I played the guitar on that shit, and it got some bird noises and shit. It's real chill.
Yeah, that whole album's pretty like melodic and chill.
Yeah, 100%. It doesn't even have drums on a majority of the tracks, so yeah, like melody was like definitely the highlight and like the focal point.
I would say just get ready for all this new music. Tune in for Get High whenever that comes out.
Yeah, I should be releasing it on the 24th. So
Yeah.
we got 5 days. So stay tuned for that. Keep your notifications on and shit.
This shit's
See what's
crazy,
up with
bro. Like, y'all gotta, if people watch this, y'all gotta go fuck with Get High, cause this record's just nuts, bro. Like, it's probably the best shit me and Jinn have together.
that. Yeah. Definitely one of the best ones. We got both of our vocals on for sure. It's a dope song. I might go back in and like remix something before I post it, but my buddy told me he wanted the bass a little bit louder, but he's not a producer or artist, so like.
What was he
try to-
listening on?
Through his car.
Okay.
I would be willing to check it out, see if it would make the mix better, but when you get to that shit, like Get High's vocals and like the vocals mainly are really like saturated and shit, so it takes up a lot of space in the mix. So I have to see what I can do, because it might start clashing, but that's all EQing and all that nerd shit.
So yeah, that's all we're really waiting on for that song. But I know you're gonna drop it anyways, the audio, on the 24th.
Yeah. 24th, 1 week before Halloween. Perfect timing. Do some like spooky TikToks with it or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to run some good promo. Everybody like make a sound to it as your Halloween costume or transformation. Like, just to get it out there, like, and show off whatever you're dressed up as.
Hell yeah. Or like if you got really high, do like a before and after of your face. Like when you got super high, like your eyes are all like bloodshot or some shit. Whatever the creative mind comes up with, do it. But just use the sounds. Not
Yeah,
just
use
get
it as
high.
a sound.
Show us, show us some support. Get them sounds going.
Yeah, that's like ideal these days, to fucking just getting the sound rotation on TikTok and Instagram Reels.
I bet you if you get like a certain amount of people using it in the certain like in a quick period of time, it'll probably make more people see that shit. It'll go trending, I'd imagine.
Yeah, I've never gotten people to really like use my sound, like to make it go viral. I feel like that's a key element. Like, that's what a marketing agency would probably try to do.
Because I feel like it would probably be easier to get. This is just my own mind telling me this. Like, I don't know how true, but I imagine it would be easier for us to get in the TikTok sound algorithm before the Spotify algorithm. Because Spotify, there's like all the official artists doing everything, and then on TikTok, it's just everybody doing everything.
Yeah, it's almost like you gotta get in the TikTok algorithm, and then it'll link people off to the Spotifys and all that, and then you'll get in the Spotify algorithm once like a lot of people are trafficked to it.
100%.
You gotta get a lot, bro, set off that algorithm. But
Yeah.
it's reachable. Like, I've seen a lot of people hit the algorithm.
Yeah, I don't know exactly like what it is to get on the TikTok algorithm for sounds, to get a sound to trend or whatever, but I imagine it's not that easy, but it's probably easier than Spotify, because like that's where everybody is trying to make it, you know, like Migos and Kanye and Drake, like that's where all their streams are being played mostly.
And I've been posting on SoundCloud for like a year, a lot of good songs, and I just finally got one of them in the algorithm, kind of from like just the support of the core fan base.
Right. And just another mention, that's the After Everything track we mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
So go also listen to that. Go listen to all of our music and use all of our sounds, and let's get this shit fucking let's get it going. You know what I mean?
For real.
Get
The
this
more
voice.
the more you support this music and do these small things, like the more we can give back to the community and the supporters, and we can do shows, and we can just do better videos, work with bigger videographers, and just
And
create
just would
dope
make it easier
experiences
for us to like continue doing it that way. We don't have to focus on external things that'll take us away from our creative, you know, ventures or whatever.
Hell yeah, man. So should we close this out for now? We got at least an hour.
Yeah, it should be good timing. All right.
What should we do for a outro? I mean, say fuck it, dip out.
Yeah, I'll just say see you later, guys. Fucking, we'll make another one of these and we'll see you there. You might see us on the internet too. You never know. So we'll see y'all. That's my outro.
All right. It's been DIGITAL.WAV podcast 1. We'll see y'all in a bit.
All right, later, y'all.